I went from being a sleep deprived insomniac teenager to now having the perfect sleep. I'm able to fall asleep within 15 minutes, sleep 8 hours uninterrupted, and wake up feeling refreshed. So if you currently have insomnia right now and you want to fix it as soon as possible, then keep watching till the end of this video because I'm going to be going over the 3 crucial steps that I wasn't doing when I first had insomnia. So if you implement the 3 crucial steps, you will fix your insomnia within a week. And the first step in fixing your insomnia is to have like a consistent sleep schedule or like a strict sleep schedule, because like some people in the modern day, right, on the weekdays they go to sleep around 9 10 p.m., right, but on the weekends it's where it gets like fucking crazy. They start to go to bed at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., wake up at 12 p.m. or even 6 p.m., and it just all like overall just unproductive for your sleep, because when you have insomnia you can't fall asleep as easily, and so when you go to sleep at different times throughout the week, you make it harder for your body to actually fall asleep. So in order to actually fix insomnia, is you want to get like a clear, consistent sleep schedule, because in your body there is something called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. Essentially, it's your internal clock, and it records like your daily habits. It's basically like when you do stuff, it does other things. So like when you're about to go to bed, you have this hormone called melatonin which will be released, but it'll only be released when you're just about to go to bed. So if you go to bed at 9 p.m. every single day for forever. Now again, there might be some days where you have to stay up too late or life just gets in the way. That's completely fine. Just stick to the schedule. And then when you go to bed at the exact same time every single day, your body just becomes comfortable and your melatonin naturally gets produced and you're just able to fall asleep way faster compared to where you're just like one of those like average motherfuckers who go to fucking bed on the weekdays like 9 10 p.m., but on the weekends just make it like it just all goes to shit at like fucking 1 a.m. or 2 p.m. or 2 a.m., or even going like waking up at 12 p.m. And if you want to start waking up with more energy and wake up feeling refreshed and get the best sleep of your life, so that way you can actually enjoy the things that actually matter to you in life, go down below, click the top link down below in the description, and join the Sleep Advantage. It's basically everything I've learned in the last 4 years about sleep together, like gathered all in one place, and I want you to have it. Join now before the price increases. Now, the second tip on in fixing your insomnia is that you want to when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you want to do is go outside and get some sunlight. And there's actually been studies to support this, that when you wake up in the morning, getting sunlight actually helps your internal clock and tells your brain, hey, it's actually daytime right now. And then when it's like closer to like 12, 14 hours later, when it's closer to bedtime, your body will intrinsically start to release melatonin. So in a certain study that they took participants, right? They basically split them into 2 groups. One would go out and see sunlight right after 10 minutes after they woke up. The other group wouldn't. And what they discovered is that the group that after 10 minutes of waking went out and saw get sunlight on their faces or in their eyes specifically, they found that that group had better sleep quality, they fell asleep way faster, and they wake up feeling way more refreshed and energized, and they found that insomnia went down by like 50%, all because of just seeing sunlight in the morning. Now you might think, oh, there's no sunlight where I live. That's not you're thinking of sunlight in the sense like sunlight like hitting your eyeballs directly, like the sun rays. That's not the point. The point is that if there is light outside, so like right here, there's like light inside, like outside of like my backyard. If you can see outside and like perfect without it being so dark, there is sunlight outside, and you should go outside and just walk around 5 10 minutes, and that's the equivalent of like fucking the ray like the sunlight rays don't need to be touching your eyes directly. As long as you can see outside, you're fine. And one caveat to this is that you don't want to see sunlight through a window, mainly because like when the sunlight hits a window, there's something in the window that kind of like makes it like less sunlighty. I'm not too sure how to explain it, but basically sunlight isn't the same as it's seen through the window compared to when you're just outside in the sun naturally. So if you want to, decrease your insomnia, you want to get better sleep, you want to fall asleep way faster, go outside right after you wake up for like 10 to 15 minutes, walk around. You just want to get sunlight into your eyes. Like, you want to get natural sunlight into your eyes, because natural sunlight is way better than fucking going on your phone early in the morning. Now, the next tip is to cut out stimulation entirely. That means no phones right before you go to bed, no watching movies, not doing anything like fucking stimulating, because when you engage in like stimulating like activities, right? Whether that be like engaging like emails with your business partner or your coworkers, or talking to someone about something very triggering, right? You don't want to be like fucking engaging into fucking debating topics right before you go to bed, because it raises cortisol, which, if you don't know, cortisol is directly, it is basically the stress hormone. So when when you're like engaging in fucking debates, or you're doing something very stimulating on your phone, it increases cortisol, and because your cortisol is increasing, it increases stress. And now look at this: you're really stressed right before you go to bed. Do you really think you'll be able to fall asleep within 10 to 15 minutes? No, you're not going to be able to. And so this is why you want to cut out stimulation. And another study that they did, right? Again, same format. They took one group of people participants, and they split them into two groups. One group, didn't change much. The other group was told, like, cut out stimulation, no phone before you go to bed. Maybe talk with your family, read a book, just do anything that's not very stimulating, low cortisol level of activities. And what do you think they found? They found that the group that did the low stimulating activities, like reading a book, talking to family members, they found that their sleep latency was way shorter. They found that sleep quality was so much higher, and they found one thing is that REM sleep, so like, or rapid eye movement, so basically when you're dreaming, was also higher than the group who didn't do any of that, who were just on their phone the minute they went to bed, just doom scrolling on TikTok, fucking talking to other people, debating with other morons online about X about topic. They're like, all this stimulation is preventing you from falling asleep, and is like aiding your insomnia. So cut out any forms of stimulation. Put your phone in a different room. Put it in another room where you can't easily get it, because your phone is probably like the leading cause of insomnia, and you don't even realize it. Like, majority of these things, right, could have been prevented if the phone didn't exist. Now, that's a different topic for like another video, but right now, if you want to fix your insomnia, you want to get into a consistent sleep schedule, going to bed and waking up at the exact same time every day, going to bed at 9 p.m., waking up at 5, 6 a.m., and then you want to like the first 10 minutes that you wake up, you want to get sunlight within 10 minutes. Now, it doesn't matter if there's no sunlight yet, or like the sun rays. All that matters is that if you can see outside without light, like artificial like lamppost or your flashlight. If you can see outside, there is light. And the third tip, like, just to recap, is to cut out all stimulation, because again, stimulation will increase your cortisol levels, which also increases your stress. And if you're stressed right before you go to bed, well, then you're just not going to be able to fall asleep. So you want to be in a relaxed state just before you fall asleep. And the bonus tip is that your sleep in hygiene or environment, you want to optimize those two. Sleep hygiene could be things like, maybe you are on your phone, right? I don't recommend it, but if you are going to be on your phone, is turn on the blue light filter, the blue white light. It works the same way as, like, sunlight. Just turn it off right before you go to bed, because it protects your melatonin production. And like other, like, your environment, right? You want to make your room colder. So whatever room that you're currently in right now, just put it like 2 to 3 degrees, shorter or lower, because when you sleep in a colder room, like when you sleep naturally, right, your core body temperature drops just on its own. So if you sleep in a colder room, your core body temperature dropping is just so much faster. And then on the next thing is that you want to like cut out or like dim out the lights and darken the room. If you darken the room, it's gonna help like your melatonin. It's gonna make your eyes feel a bit. It's gonna be your eyes are gonna feel a lot less, I guess, baggy. You're gonna feel the desire to fall asleep. You're gonna be like way more sleepy compared to if you like left the lights on and now it's like you're about to go to bed and now you have this light on at like full blast. Whereas if you darkened it an hour before you went to bed, it would be so much easier to fall asleep. But yeah, that is everything I wish I did when I first had insomnia. And again, if you found this video very helpful, share it to someone else that you might also think could benefit from watching this video. And don't forget, join the Sleep Advantage right now, top link down below in the description, where everything I learned in the last 4 years about sleep is all in one place. Join now before the price increases. But anyways, that's it from me. Peace.